Welcome back. I haven't recorded for a little while because I've been busy with some other projects. School just started and everything, but back today just to record a quick video because there's a special event going on in Fallout 76 called Invaders from Beyond. It's an event they've had multiple times before, but this is the first time they've had it since I returned to the game here recently. And starts in about 12 minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do some prep for the event and then jump into it, because I don't like to wait until the very last minute to try to load into the event that starts at the top of every hour, because the load screens can be really long and then you miss part of the event, or sometimes you can't even get on at all before the event finishes, because this one usually only takes a few minutes for it to be completed. So, as you can see, the load screen is a little pokey. This particular photo that's on the load screen is one that I took from one of the Nuka-cola trips.
Good evening.
And since I've got a little bit of time to kill before the event starts, I'm just gonna go scrap some stuff and grab that hat.
Wonder if any.
Make some ammo because I used up the last of my usual ammo in an event right before I logged out. This is the White Springs Mall. It's just kind of a refuge where there are no enemies or anything, where you can go to buy things and scrap things or make things or whatever. So I've got some weapons and armor on me to scrap that I have from playing the game earlier in the day. Stuff that's not legendary, I just go ahead and scrap it. And this is a 4-star item. This little padlock means it's locked so that you can't accidentally scrap it. That's what all of these are on here. And I'm just locking that so that I can try it out later before I decide whether I want to keep it or scrap it. Ones that are legendary, I'm checking to see if I've already learned the legendary effect, because if I have, then I'll just script it instead of scrapping it. The ones where I still haven't learned it yet, go ahead and scrap them in order to try to learn those legendary effects. And I do have quite a few weapons that I just haven't gotten around to trying out yet, so one of these days, when there's not an event going on. And one of the dailies is to craft or scrap armor. This is a piece of Hellcat armor. And I'm actually going to hang on to that and see if I want to add it to my power armor suit later. Most of the armor I just go ahead and scrap, because unless it's Secret Service armor, because that's the armor I normally run. But I do occasionally use power armor, so Hellcat's the best set I have right now. So if I get a 4-star piece of armor for the Hellcat, I usually check it out and see whether I like it better than the pieces that are already on the set. While I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and repair my main gun. Actually, we'll just go ahead and repair my main guns. Got a Cursed Elder's Mark, which is probably what I would consider my primary weapon, except for that Runs through ammo really fast. And it's not super easy to replace the ammo that it uses. So when I run out of ammo for it, I go back to using this Furious Night Vision Automatic Railway, which has, of course, has the polished mod on it. And that polished mod causes it to do more damage the better condition it's in, so I try to repair that weapon every time that I'm at a workbench, so that I can keep it doing the maximum amount of damage it's capable of. And then I usually try to repair that Elder's Mark too, because it's got the cursed effect on it, and that causes weapons to break faster than they otherwise would. Just cooking this meat I've got on me before it spoils. Here to the legendary exchange, and I'm just gonna trade those legendary items that I didn't scrap for script, which you can spend to get more legendary weapons.
Violation of both stealth policies may result in detention, removal, and/or
I had an epic weekly that I rolled up to sell ballistic weapons to an NPC, and trading weapons for script counts as selling to an NPC for that purpose. So I just took care of that, which allowed me to hit rank 208 and earn another 25 tickets. Which now I've got 90 tickets. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop into the season menu. This is where you pick the stuff you want to trade your tickets for. And I've made it to the bonus page, which you get to at 150. And I'm just going to buy some perk coins with those tickets. Which gives me 93 perk coins to spend. Time is 4 minutes to the event. So I'm gonna run over here and sell some stuff.
Artisan's Corner is the place for creative hands-on learning, and the wilderness survival experience is our most popular
Sell some of this extra food I've got on me. I don't really need to hang on to the pre-war food because I've got the weenie wagon back at one of my camps.
Are you ready for the thrill and excitement of life in a post-apocalyptic
And it makes
hellscape?
canned dog food, so I can use that both for
This
the
month's creative learning classes are
dog
held.
food challenges and for
Courses and crafting materials are now available.
any pre-war food challenges. The canned coffee that I also have a resource maker for also meets those, so there's just no point in hanging on to that stuff. I have the carnivore
Life is an adventure.
mutation,
Are you up to the challenge?
which makes you get extra perks from eating meat, but it also means you don't get any benefit from eating things that are not meat. And most of the pre-war food is not meat, so it doesn't do me any good to consume it. So I usually just sell it whenever I'm selling things. And same with the alcohol. I've got a resource generator that generates alcohol, so I don't really need to hang on to that either. Radiated sugar bombs, some people hang on to make rain bombs or something. Like, it enhances the rate you gain experience. I just don't really care about that, so I just sell them. I used to try selling them in my vendor, but it just takes up too much stash space, waiting around for minimal profit from people buying them. So now I just sell them to the NPC. Go ahead and eat and drink, because I have some perks that when you're fully fed, it boosts your stats a little bit, so I usually try to keep that up. You don't have to in this game. It's not like survival mode in some of the standalone Fallout games where you've got to eat and drink or you die or whatever. But if you have certain perk cards, it does benefit you. Not sure where I got that perfect bubblegum or why. But anyway, eating and drinking does benefit my character, so usually go ahead and try to top that off before I go into something where I'm going to be in combat. And then just go ahead and be nice and share one of my perk cards. I don't always, because every time you change your loadout, it loses what you had shared, and then you've got to set it again. Alright, so this is Invaders from Beyond. I'm just going to fast travel to the event. This one can be at one of several different locations. Most of the events will be in the same location all the time, but this one has several different ones that it can be in. And it looks like we're at Dire Chemical this time. I was just here a few minutes ago doing an infestation.
Do not be alarmed. I am Homer, and I am broadcasting to provide remote assistance. We must protect ourselves by destroying those brainwave siphons.
Markers for some reason,
Lure
so I'm
out
not sure
and
which
defeat
siphon
the
we're
alien
supposed
commanders to bring down their force fields.
Basically, you have to
Energy
move around
pulses
between
from the
these
siphons
different
can feel a bit shocking.
siphons.
However, they can be avoided by repositioning out of range.
And then after you kill a certain number of aliens, some bosses will turn up and you kill them, and then you gotta take out the siphon. Right, this one, I don't want to use this weapon because I don't need it for this event, and I don't want to waste my ammo. I'm gonna switch back to the other one. The railway used to be kind of the meta gun for a while, but everybody who had a rifle and build or ammo build used, but they've made changes since then, and it's fallen out of favor, but I think it's still a decent gun. And while the ammo for it is heavy, it's really cheap if you leave it make. So I don't have to stick with it. I forgot to make that. Not that I actually used up the ammo for this last time.
Focus your fire.
I guess I'm gonna have to use my other weapon. I meant to make more ammo at White Springs before I left, and I completely forgot about it.
The brainwave siphon is now vulnerable. One down. 2 more to go. Let us move our assault.
Siphon's down. These guys don't usually drop anything all that worthwhile, but I'm gonna go ahead and search them so I can get some ammo back.
Strikes. The extraterrestrials are amplifying their defense.
You gotta follow the quest marker to the next siphon. do the same thing over again. Little alien guys. In this phase, you occasionally get hit by lasers from UFOs. They don't do a ton of damage, but they do enough that they can take you down if you don't pay attention. That close to that thing.
Destroy it now.
Alright. I'll let them
The defense
deal
is
with the
progressing
siphon up there.
smoothly. One more siphon to go.
Alright, now we gotta head to the last siphon and do it all over again. Here it is. Cryptids from the game called the Flatwood Monster also pops up during this last phase. And then once you get enough of the aliens, the big boss shows up. There's General Zeta.
Must destroy that brainwave siphon.
And take out the last siphon, and that's it. There's like a 33% chance that Bigfoot can show up at the end of these events. But I don't think he's going to at this one because I don't hear the noise. You get some legendary weapons and various plans that can drop from the event. So I got I got that from a different event. The Alien Disintegrator Cryo Receiver, which is a modification for the Alien Disintegrator, obviously. No, I don't think that noise is Bigfoot, but I don't know where. Don't remember where Bigfoot appeared. Oh, maybe he has appeared. Kind of look like a Bigfoot dust cloud, but I don't see Bigfoot, so I don't know what these people are shooting at. I don't think there's a Bigfoot. sometimes it's hard to tell the difference between his arrival noise and the end of event noise. Alright, well, I'm gonna go see if that infestation is still out here somewhere. Oh, there it is. Doesn't look like there's anybody over there. Let's stop. Let's check. I'll try Huntersville. Don't remember which of these locations are most likely to have it. Hopefully some other people show up, because when they first released these infestations, they were pretty easy to do solo. That's not the case anymore. I think there's some people here, so it is in this location. And there are some people here. So the little diamond is a quest marker for the bosses, which is apparently the Scorch Exterminator. Somebody just died. Some of these infestation bosses have weapons that will take you down in 1 minute. Yeah, I'm already getting killed. I'm gonna die. But death doesn't mean a whole lot in this game. And during an event, you don't even drop your junk. That's the only thing that you do when you're not in an event and you die. Let's see if I can shoot him some before he kills me this time. Somebody else is down. I don't know where this guy is at. Somebody got him already, I guess. Need somebody who can get hit a few times to stand out there and get shot so that I'm not getting shot all the time. Fuck. Dead again. I'm not calling for help. You can call for help and somebody can stim pack you and revive you, but you don't lose anything when you die, so there's just not really a lot of point in it. I'll do it if somebody's like right next to me, but somebody's just throwing a shit ton of grenades at him. Somebody's trying to melee him over here. Sometimes you can force them into a corner and then they're not running all over the place. Looks like that's what they're trying to do. Against that building, and we can just stand here and shoot him until he dies. And then he'll be killing us constantly. So, it's a cheesy way to win, but it's a way to win. Looks like he's busting loose now. He got all of us. We kind of deserve that. Shooting me. back to the normal way. Look, he's trying to get him in the corner again. Now he's inside the building. Making some progress. Loose again. Alright, see if I can get to this guy without getting killed. Shoot somebody else. I know he squats like that. And he's finally dead. To get the rewards, you gotta come move his body. Doesn't drop from the event. I got a 4-star aristocrat sickle, so this is where most of these locked weapons I've got that I'm waiting to try out are from these infestations. There must still be somebody alive over here. I see some red dots. These are the little minions. They're tougher than regular enemies, but not as tough as the boss. Most of them don't drop much. This guy's got a 3-star weapon on him. They used to drop a lot more loot. They're supposed to be changing them again so that they drop more loot than they've been dropping. Because in the beginning you could get a ton of loot off of the minions, and then they changed it where you could barely get anything other than some ammo. So supposedly they're going to rebalance it again to make it a little more worthwhile to kill off the minions. And it looks like there's a chest sitting over here for some reason. Well, go ahead and empty that out. Alright, so I'm just gonna pop back over to the White Springs and then log out. So that was Invaders from Beyond and also an infestation. There are different kinds of infestations with different bosses and different minions, but they all work about the same. They can have different mutations and different things. The one that I did before this last Invaders from Beyond, the boss was cloaked, which is a super annoying version of something they can have. You can't see them, which means you can't VATS them when they're not attacking. And somebody had him pinned, so I couldn't VATS him for pretty much the whole fight. Alright, so that's the end of this video, and I'm going to try to get back to recording my Final Fantasy content and Fortnite. The new season just started up, but also the fall semester of college started up for me Wednesday. So pretty busy, but hopefully I will see you again soon. Thanks for tuning in.